you so much.
16 minutes past the hour 1 o'clock, and as we promised, we have the lovely, the beautiful Amanda Black in studio to tell us a bit about herself, about her new ventures that are happening. It's about to be great. Don't forget, if you want to have any questions to ask, go through to our hotline bling 0814212264. That WhatsApp line is 0815917082, or go to all our social media platforms at Afro Radio SA. So we're about to get into it. Amanda Black.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Lunchtime Comment. How are you doing today?
Hi guys, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. Are you well?
Yeah, we're well. We're fine. We're just excited to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's definitely a great thing to see you here, all alive and well. Yeah, we see you doing great things. Yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting into the interview. So firstly, we want to ask you. You go by the name of Amanda Black, right? Yes. So we want to know, how did it all come about?
Okay. So my real name, Amanda is my real name. It's the Black, that's the stage name. My real name is Amanda Anthony. Okay. And the Black came from a sense of wanting, growing up, not liking the fact that I'm dark skinned, not liking the fact that I'm black. Yeah. And growing into understanding and embracing who I am, my culture, my roots, and everything that's beautiful about being black. And everything else in it. So the Black came from that, me taking back that power that I felt was taken from me by society, by, the dictations that were put on us as black people. And that's where I took back that, all that back, all that I'd never loved, all that I hated, all that was claimed to be ugly about me. I reclaimed it in the name Black.
Yeah, and really, Black is beautiful. Yeah. It's a necessity to reclaim it and own it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that is so powerful, what you just said right now about reclaiming the things that were thrown at you and just owning them as your own. So how important, how important is it to represent your Africanness? I mean, you travel a lot. You in this country, in Africa, in that country, you're all over the world. How important is it to represent yourself, and how do you think you do that?
It's very important for me. I mean, as a young girl, I wish there were more representatives.
Yeah.
I wish there were more. When I switched on the TV, on the stuff that I watched, on the programming that I watched, I wish there was more. There was a little bit, but it wasn't enough, and it wasn't in my face. It wasn't in my face more than the more westernized, the European, standards of life, standards of beauty, and all of that. So for me, my culture, even at school, we're told not to speak our languages, those type of things. You're not allowed to express who you are in terms of your culture, except on Heritage Day.
Yes.
That's when everybody comes out, you're like, you're So for me, as Amanda Black, I felt, especially through my music and through being me, that I felt I needed to represent. First, it was just an embracing type of thing. It wasn't even, this is who I'm going to be, this because I want people to see this. It was purely, this is how I want to represent myself first. And then it just spilled over to the music. It spilled over to, the kids that are listening to my music. And then now you like people saying I'm a role model, or kids are looking up to me because I sort of indirectly became what I've always wanted to see as a child.
Yeah, which is very much informative and very well. So you said something about being a role model to kids. As we grow up, we tend to not have as many role models at home and all that. How did you actually get to find yourself through your role models? And who can you say, who are your role models that inspired you with your music career and all that?
So, I mean, one of the role models obviously is my mother.
Yeah.
has to start
there.
You know what I'm saying?
Charity.
Has to start there. My mom has been one of the people that I look, even if almost as a teenager, as a child, as a little girl, especially when you're growing into like teenagehood, adolescence, you like kind of fight about everything about your mom.
Mama,
You're like, no, I don't want to. And then only as I'm growing up, I'm realizing how much I'm so much like her.
Yeah.
And all the traits that I used to fight, the strength, the confidence, those are the things that like, no, and now as I'm growing up, I'm seeing more and more of my mom in me. Other people that have incredibly influenced me, especially the musician side of me, I mean, musicians such as Tanto Mazwai, Osimpiwe Dana, Brenda Fassi, those are people that I looked up to, who embraced who they are. I saw that especially with the music, because what you listen to is ultimately what you become. So me listening to that kind of music and watching them sort of like just live their lives and express their Xhosa-ness, especially because I'm Xhosa, so I mean, obviously. You know, because I'm and the way they embraced it and spilled it over in the music, those things played into, you know, me sort of sculpturing who I wanted to become and who I am.
Yeah, very much true, very much true. And before we get into some other good music, because we heard from a little bit telling us that you released a song on a Friday there. So, yeah, so can you please tell us about the journey on Idols? Because many of us got to know you on Idols as you grew from starting from the auditions, then getting into the top 30, top 16, top 10 and all that. Can you please take us through the journey?
The journey was... man, it was long. I mean, my relationship with the competition has been quite an up and down one. Yeah. You know, I mean, the first time I entered Idols, I was 16. Nobody knows this because I never made it far, but that was the first time. I learned so much about myself in the attempts. You know, I learned, you know, dealing with rejection at a very young age, and because at first I didn't know how to deal with it. I was like, they're saying I can't sing. I mean, you know, everyone around me is like, Amanda, you can sing. And then, you know, I went to Idols 3 times, and the third time I made it to the top 7.
Yeah,
you know?
third time's a child.
You know, and I thought I was gonna win. I was ready.
You were ready.
I was ready, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. One of the biggest challenges, the biggest lessons from it was that you think, you know, sometimes what we want sometimes is not what we need. And that is something that I learned from that experience. And look, the very next year, I dropped Amazulu. The very next year, my destiny started because I had to let go of, you know, the negativeness of, I wanted to win. It didn't happen for me, you know. I quickly said, look, guys, you're going to see me. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was like, it's going to happen. I just didn't know it was going to happen so quickly.
And it happened so quickly, hey? You took it by storm.
Literally the very next year. And so that's my journey with Idols. It was incredible. I learned so much about myself and who I wanted to be as an artist. It gave me that time to learn and get over myself and actually build who I was to become, which is Amanda Black.
Yes, Amanda Black, the very owner right here in studio on the Lunchtime Crunch with Kudi the Legacy Mokhali and Katlego, but you can call her Kat for short because she's our little munchkin right here with Amanda Black. If you want to get in touch with us, go to 081-421-2264. That's our hotline bling. You can call us and ask her anything. Like, she's friendly, she's open, she's willing to answer anything. That WhatsApp line is 081-591-7082. So let's give you a little taste of a new single that Amanda Black just released called Tando and Deem, rather. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that when we come back. Just love that song. It's an amazing song, most definitely. So do enjoy that song. Playing in the background, Amanda Black, Tando and Deem. Just the release. We're giving you the plug-in. It's a new song. You better love it because it's amazing. Right here in studio with us, 081-421-2264. You can call us. And if you have any questions for Amanda Black, just do the damn things, man. 28 minutes past the hour 1 o'clock, 081-591-7082. That's our hotline, WhatsApp bling. So get us there and you can ask her any question that you feel like asking. And we want to ask you something. So, Tando and Deem, how did it come all about?
So Tando and Deem is a song that I wrote in the perspective, it's about a woman in an abusive relationship. You know, with the rise, you know, social media, the news, it's been so publicized now. You know, the sensitivity of the issue, it's real, you know. And for me, I felt as if it's been happening. It's been happening for so long. It's been happening for years. It goes back to our great-grandparents, our great, like it just goes back. But I think because of social media, more and more people are coming out with their stories. You know, more and more people are feeling comfortable to tell their stories. And you find people who you didn't even think about. You know, think of like somebody so close to you, like what you went through that. You know, so for me, when I wrote the song, you know, I felt as if I needed to put myself in the position or in the shoes of somebody in that situation, a toxic relationship, you know, abusive situations, and I could never really put myself in those shoes, but I tried because I felt as if as human beings, especially as women, we're very critical of each other. We're very critical. You know, we're so judgmental. You look at a situation, you're like, it's black and white to you because you're not there, you know, and you just make an assumption. You're like, why doesn't she leave? She's, you know, she's getting abused. That guy doesn't love you. Why don't you leave? We never really understand. So this song for me is like a call for people to be a little bit more passionate. I mean, compassionate, a little bit more, you know, patient with people, because if you've never been in that situation, you do not know how they feel. So for me, that's what the song is about. It's a call for the women. It's a message to the women in those relationships to find. It's about self-love. To find it within themselves, because everybody else can love you, and they can try and tell you you are loved, you are strong, leave. It takes your inside. It's you. When you decide to leave, that's when you leave. When you decide that it's enough, you leave. So for me, this song is a call. It's a message to them. Self-love. It's promoting. It's encouraging them to empower themselves, to be empowered, to find themselves. And when they look in the mirror, and then they look in the mirror and they see that they're not ugly like they've been told, they're not unworthy like they've been told, they are worthy, they are beautiful, and that they can leave, that they must love themselves. So it has a double meaning. Tanwandim means loved by myself, and then it also means I visualized a legion of women surrounding this woman, saying that was Tanwandim.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
And the people that you worked with on the single, who
his name is Christa Kobedi. He was actually one of the producers who worked on me on my previous album.
Okay.
So that is why the sound is pretty much, it's still similar to, you know, the Amazulu sound that, you know, everybody fell in love with. So it was very important for us to keep that vibe, to keep that Amazulu in it, you know, the beat, the rhythmic elements of it, the African elements, the hip hop elements, everything that just came together there.
Yeah, to make Amanda Black's music that we know of. Hey? It's 31 minutes past the hour, 1 o'clock. We apologize for bringing you the latest news updates a bit later on. Chelsea is standing by, so do stay tuned rather, because Amanda Black will still be back with us around 2 minutes from now on.